CEO and creative director of DeMartino Design Group, Taylor DeMartino, is here with floral tips to help you reduce your wedding costs. Taylor, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, guys. Let's be real for a second. Weddings can get ridiculously expensive really, really quickly.
Yeah.
And what I find is that brides, like, the first thing they want to cut is the decor budget, which means I don't get to do the flowers. So today I kind of wanted to show them there's a way that you can get all that you want by doing it yourself. And so I wanted to give you guys an example of something that we can make, and we have an end result over here, a $50 centerpiece that we created that looks like something you're going to see in a fabulous celebrity wedding.
Oh, it is
think?
beautiful, and I can't believe, and only $50, I don't know, I shouldn't be in charge of putting this together.
Well, and for people like Courtney, because Courtney always says she doesn't have a creative bone in her body, which I don't believe.
Yes.
But can anyone make something like this, Taylor, or could they get in hot water?
You really can. It's super easy, and the way we're designing this is going to be easy for you to be able to just kind of have fun with it. It's going to be hardy flowers, easy things to work with, and I'm going to walk through a couple of the steps. Anybody, you know, beginner or not, it's very, very easy. So what we did is, I like upgrading containers. This is a basic glass cylinder, and what I did is I did double stick tape around it.
Okay.
And I went to High Fashion Home and found this fabulous, fabulous vinyl.
Okay.
And wrapped it around.
It
a
is
vase
very pretty.
like this, that's metal and ceramic, could be 3 to 4 times the cost of doing it this way. You can make 20 of these vases out of 1 yard of fabric. This costs you $20 to make this vase with the foam and all the mechanics.
Okay.
And just using double stick tape?
Just using double stick tape around there, putting on your vinyl fabric. Do not let the floral foam scare you. Drop it in water, let it soak up the water itself, pop it in, trim the edges, and you're ready to start designing.
Okay.
Fabulous.
All right, let's do it. That's
Fabulous,
all we need.
fabulous.
We're going to move that out of the way.
Out of the way for you guys.
Okay.
Real quick. So what I did is I started an arrangement for you guys over here. One of my first tips that I have is when you can do this, use what you have at your disposal at your home. Go a little moonlight gardening, as I call it. You know, whenever your neighbors are asleep, you may go in the back and get a little magnolia from their tree.
I love it.
Moonlight gardening, right? So, I mean, it's like that tree that's usually like between the fence lines, and you're like, I don't know if it's mine or theirs, but you're going to use it for your wedding, right?
Moonlight gardening / theft.
No, it's hanging over the fence. You're fine.
Yeah. So guys, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the greenery. I've got one here, and we're going to kind of play with the design element of it. So we did some magnolia, a little bit of some salal, which is citrus foliage, and we did a little bit of some darker fall foliages. All of these, you want to pick the hardiest. Find the ones that have like the woodiest stems, because they're going to last well in foam. Okay? So if you want to, guys, grab your flowers over here. What we did is a nice little mix of really, really hardy flowers. So you've got your lilies, which are non-fragrant. I know people are scared of lilies, but Asiatic lilies do not have fragrance.
Those are the orange ones here, right?
Susie is not going to be sneezing at the table.
Right.
Okay.
Some beautiful roses here, which they're the golden mustard color.
Beautiful.
Fabulous for the fall. And then daisy mums. They're so, like, beautiful that time of year. The big plants are always out, and so it's just a fabulous filler to be able to put in there. So tip, whenever you're designing, always cut at an angle. What that's going to do is allow your flower to go into the foam really, really easily, soak it up, and it's not going to get hard on the bottom.
Oh, yeah, it creates a little bit of a point, so it'll go in a little bit easier.
So you guys have fun with this.
Oh,
I like
God,
to kind of...
I'm terrible.
We're off to a really great
start here.
And is there any rhyme or reason to how you're arranging this? I know you started with the greenery first, but as you put things in, you just sort of make an educated guess on where it looks best?
Yeah, kind of make an educated guess. Really, you're going to be looking at overall balance of things. And so I put, you know, you had 3 lilies there for our arrangement, so we put them into 3 different corners.
Okay.
You've got about 4 to 5 different stems of your daisy mum. So you just want to fill those around different places, taking a step back every now and then and looking for holes and kind of readjusting. We put up plenty of floral foam in there so you can like adjust it if you need to and not be worried about that.
Right, you're not going to see it if you pull it
absolutely.
out. Okay.
And by the way, when should all of this be done? Is this the day before the wedding, the day of, 2 days out? What?
Okay, another tip for you guys here. Flowers, whenever you buy them at the wholesaler or your florist, are going to be really, really tight. You want to get your flowers at least 5 to 6 days in advance. Let them sit out in open water in your home, in your back room, even outside if it's cool enough. Let them open up. This rose is going to double or triple in size. So you want them to be the biggest and the fullest for your wedding, because that's going to make so much more space, less negative space, and more beautiful for your wedding.
Oh. Perfect.
But
and you just put them in a bucket, right?
You just put them in a bucket of water, give them a clean, fresh cut, take a little bit of the foliage off the bottom so they don't get moldy in the water, and you're good to go.
But they'll be fine if you do this a day or 2 in advance, right?
Absolutely,
Just want to make sure they don't sit in the heat anywhere.
Don't sit them in the heat. cool room. You don't need to worry about bringing a cooler in. I think it's really expensive. Just a cool, dry space, no direct sunlight, and you're good to go.
Okay, let's talk about the fruit here because we have
Yes.
apples, we have lemons, and I think they're lemons, or are they?
We have some pears.
Well, pears, but what are?
Little mandarin or little oranges, the clementines, yeah. So another tip here, guys, is going to be your balance. Whenever you're trying to spread your money as far as possible, use some elements that are unconventional, that may be less expensive. These are about 25 cents a piece at the grocery store, and look how much they add to an arrangement. They're a pop of color.
They're so beautiful.
They're beautiful, and it's a fresh element, and so you can pop in some of those. You got a great recipe there of some pears and apples, and they're great for fall. It's a beautiful harvest, and it just adds a whole lot of depth and texture to an arrangement.
And if your wedding guests get hungry, they can just take a bite.
It's dessert, so you're saving on dessert. Absolutely.
What's great, you know what? A lot of people here in Houston have lemons and orange trees, so we can always take these. I was confused because of the color.
Take these from your neighbors as well, right, Courtney?
Moonlight gardening. Heard it here first.
Oh, yes. And then another tip that I have is all of these elements you can get at your local florist.
Support
local industries, even if they're not going to be doing the labor for you. They are happy to educate you on hardy flowers and what's going to do the best in foam and where to get your containers and those types of things. We love teaching, we love educating, and use us as much as possible. We'll get your flowers and we'll help you out along the way.
Some great tips, Taylor DeMartino. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Us.
And the finished product really is beautiful. I know you got this one started, but Courtney, I would say you and I did a bang-up job.
Oh, it's fabulous.
All right, guys. As always, if you want to connect with Taylor, you can check out the Scene on Houston Life section of our website.